Whew, now that took a long time. Sorry about that, guys. But I've just been all over the world and counted how many femons there are and how many males there are. And in the UK, there's a few more femons than there is males. But in the general population, say all over the world, it's almost about 50-50 really. Varies in a lot of different countries. There's more women in some countries and some others. But if you take whatever, you probably get about 50%, or well, that close to it. I mean, do we actually need that many breeders? Well, maybe so. Anyway, so for instance, in the UK, there's a couple more femons than there is men, but it's very close to 50% each. Which seems awful odd to me, because that's assuming that men are 50% of the population, right? But it doesn't actually make a lot of sense, because most of the TV programs are made for femons, right? They're all feminized and wokenized. Most of the films now are all sort of wokenized and feminized and made for femons. Even the ads are all wokenized and feminized, made for femons. I mean, you'd think the films and the TV programs and the news and media or whatever would at least be 50-50, wouldn't it? But us guys all know it isn't, don't we? And you don't have to be an expert to realize that this wokeness and feminized stuff just doesn't sell very well. Because it's too materialistic, too fake. And it's obviously only appealing to 50% of the population. And out of that 50% of femons, not all of them are radical femons, if you know what I mean. But that's why everything seems to be all messed up, boring. Because everything's trying to appeal to the femon. And most femons are quite boring, aren't they? Really? And you see a lot of people nowadays just getting real sick of this wokeness everywhere. Because wokeness is femons. It all comes from femons. If something's gone woke, then it's kind of feminized, isn't it? And it only shows that sort of program or anything in one view, from the femon's view. But there's another 50% of the population on the planet who's being completely ignored. And that's us guys. Of course, I remember with being with femons, and they used to like watching a program that I thought was absolutely god-awful. So I'd go into the basement or something, or go do something. Then, of course, the femon would want you to sit there and watch it with her, but I'm a real man. But I'm not going to watch that crap program just in case I get a piece of ass. But femons don't have to worry about that anymore, because there isn't anything on for real men anyway. I don't know, here's an idea. How about making a program that actually appealed to both? And then also make some programs that appeal to femons only and to men usually only. But all we're getting is woke ones, aren't we? And what I've noticed is a bit of a scam, really, because they've made some films or whatever that were so woke, it was unbelievable. Lots of people thought they were disgusting, and it didn't make any money. So now they're making ones with a little bit of woke in it, and people are watching them. So they're still serving up the wokeness, just in small helpings. Anyway, guys, have you noticed that there's 50% of men in your population, roughly? But how many programs on TV or how many films have come out recently that are for men or for both? Or is it just all for femons? Which is funny, really, because they don't really watch them anyway. Why? Because they're boring, that's why. And I'm not too worried about men awakening in places or MGTOW dying. Because MGTOW can't die. It's not a real thing. But if I think back when I was a young man, I didn't have all these videos showing femons what their true nature was, and yet I still became awake. And if there was videos about then showing femons in their bad behavior and everything, I would have become awake a lot quicker. So I'm not worried about MGTOW dying online. There's enough videos out there to show men what femons' true nature really is. And because femons are exhibitionists and crave attention, they're inadvertently showing all these men what their true nature is, without even hearing about MGTOW. And are femons really clever? Much more clever than a man. You sometimes can meet a femon that is quite intelligent, but they are very rare. No, femons are more devious than clever. No, femons are shoving their ass and breasts up into you, and as you're looking, they're going through your wallet. They remind me of that spider, I think it's the tunnel spider that makes this tunnel, where something comes along and it can't help but fall in. But a lot of men are just going to the edge. They're not stepping that one more step. I mean, it used to be Femme on TV during the day because they were at home mostly in those days. But now in the evenings, all you get is these soaps and then all other Femme programs as well, right up to the end. I mean, I don't watch these programs at all, or TV at all either, but I can see the lineup they have. It's god-awful. Now I'm going to have a word with my local council person, which is probably a Femme, that what is the reason why 50% of the population is being completely ignored. Anyway, guys, tell me exactly what you think, and if you noticed it as well. Hey, you're on. All right, I'll be right there. Well, here we go. Another fake performance.